our channel, Iwouldcampthat, where we truck camp and go on all sorts of outdoor adventures. This is our adventure vehicle. It's a 2007 Chevy Silverado 1500. We've got a Canopy on top with a raised roof for more headroom. And yeah, we have a bed in the back, gear. We're going to show you the cab first, and then we'll move back to the sleep space. I've got some stuff I want to show you in the sleep space, and then Rita's going to jump in and take the lead, and she'll talk to you about some of the work that she's specifically done in the rig, such as with curtains, Velcro strips, all that kind of stuff. Anything else you want to say before we jump in?
We hope that you'll enjoy what we have to show you with our truck adventure rig, and who knows, give us some feedback on what you think.
Okay, so here we are in the cab. It's a little dirty down here. I actually just wrapped up a camp last night and tracked in quite a bit of dirt. Winter's coming. So it's got a nice little, I like this little center console piece here. Keep a mess of gear in here. I've got a 750 watt inverter here. My phone's in there. Down here I've got a Jackery 1000, Jackery Explorer 1000. This thing is a beast. Powerhouse. Lots of vehicle campers use this, and I haven't had it for too long, but it's really great for all the power needs. We'll go more into detail about that. There's lots of videos about the Jackery 1000, but I'll do one specifically for our channel at some point there. Moving over to the glove box here, we've got some like mints and stuff here, and baggie of lighters. Basically keep our flammables in here, matches and such. We've got a little, one of those little fire starter kits over here too. Haven't used it yet, but it's got like one of those little striking rods for starting an emergency fire. Over here on the door, it's a little dirty in here. Just got some wet wipes, cheap little flashlight here. Yeah, it's a little dirty in there. And moving to the back. Now the back seat, as you can see, there is no back seat. We took the back seat out just to make some space. So we got rid of that just because anytime you're truck camping, space is always a point of contention. Rita put these up here. We got basically a little dowling rod that we're using here, filed down at the end there. And then we just hang stuff there. Like I've hung this coat up before, you know, we can hang clothes up if we need to. So I'll just start from where I am here. I've got this Comdu camping fridge here. I got this on sale on Amazon. This thing is really wonderful. Right now there's some strawberries in there. That's about it. It's not even turned on right now. It's about 0 degrees Celsius right now. So it's, it doesn't even really need to be turned on right now. The seats have little pouches at the back too, so I've got like a cheap little tomahawk axe back here. There's a coat hanger back here. I've got this little thing here which belonged to my grandparents. My grandparents were pretty big into like motorhome camping. They're both passed on. And my grandma was the last to go, and when she did, I spoke up, wanted to keep this. I'd like to attach it to something in the rig. I just haven't figured out what yet, but keeping the legacy alive, making my grandparents proud, I hope. So the back seat is an area that I've got to do some work on it, figure out kind of what I want to do back here. We just recently got new legs on the bed, so we didn't have underbed storage for a little while under the bed, so we've cleared a lot of stuff out from back here. So I'm going to be doing some work back here. We'll do future videos on that. I just want to figure out what I'm going to do back here, how to store things, how to store them safely so I'm not having anything flying up and, you know, hitting me in the head or anything. I got an emergency blanket, this water tank. That's going to be coming out here pretty quick because it's just getting too cold. I mean, we're up in Canada, so, you know, stereotypical Canadian winter. The pool noodle is for a poor man's insulation project I'm going to be working on in the rig, so that's just sitting back there right now. Down here, we've also got a jack as well. Got a 3-ton jack, just for in case get a flat tire. And then we've got our snow brush, and the green bag has our single burner in there, which we use to make tea or a pot of soup. And we've also got a bag there with some extra rags and washcloths and stuff. I just moved over to the other side here. So we've got this bag of bungees as well too. just generic bungees that I picked up. I think it was at Home Hardware or something. So we've got those if we need them. We've got our dish soap back here. Again, I kind of want to work on securing stuff back here. That's just projects for down the road. This stuff's going to come in too with winter coming, just because it can freeze and won't be useful. Plus, this can also attract pests and stuff too. And yeah, just 1 pounder there. That's also going to come in because you don't want to leave that out in extreme cold. And yeah, that's pretty well the back seat area. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some work on that. So we'll definitely, I'll keep you folks updated on what I decide to do back here. Truck camping is a lot of trial and error too, so there might be things I'll try that I think they're great ideas and then they end up not being great ideas. Okay, so we're gonna move back to the rig and we'll show you the sleep space. Okay, so now that we've shown you the cab, we're gonna go ahead and show you the sleep space, the palace we have here. So on the back window here, we've got some Reflectix and some tape here for privacy, but also to help keep heat inside the rig. Tailgate down here. So we've got our bed is made out of 3/4 inch plywood, and we've got 2x10s for the legs down there. So these legs were recently installed. We had kind of a peg leg system before, which just because our original build we didn't want to waste wood. It worked out well until we got these sliding panels in. And I'll show you these here. These are awesome. So basically we have these sliders here. This one, with the new legs we put on, we're actually going to make a new one of these because this one's now just too small. We could just get more space in here. But basically, like, we've got our chairs, I've got my little backpack solo stove, and we've got some emergency food in this little Cabela's bag here. Problem we had with the peg leg system was with these sliders, because with these legs, they run all the way down the length of the bed with the exception of this flap back here. With the peg legs we had, these things would get caught in the peg legs. We had hinges on the peg legs as well too. So it just caused damage over time and just got to be really frustrating. So our other slider here, has our kitchen stuff. The unfortunate thing we're dealing with right now is these totes are way too tall, so it's a really tight fit. So we're actually going to go through these 2 totes and downsize to 1 tote that's one of those like shorter but longer totes, just so it's not such a tight fit. But we just got some of our kitchen stuff in here, pots and pans, plates, there's some cooking oil in there. I got some emergency food in the back one too. We've got some non-perishable stuff that'll stay out here over the winter, but certain things like cans of soup that can freeze and get warped, whatever, with the cold, those will come back in. This Coleman grill that I have is really good. It's, I'll just open it up here. So it's got its 2 burners on there. It's got the little windshields here. You just hook up a 1 pounder to it and you're good to go. The igniter button on it is a little hit or miss. A lot of times we just end up using a match, but it's pretty good. With that and the single burner, we're pretty set up for cooking and our kitchen stuff. Okay, so now we're inside of the rig, just to show you a few other things in here before Rita jumps in. So down here, we're at the rear passenger side. We do have just some extra storage here. The reason I've got a towel here, I do have a tailgate seal, but sometimes dust and stuff gets in. So, and down here we keep some of our tea. Got a cup in there. I gotta clean that. I had some tea last night. So we just try to keep the dust and the dirt out of there so that so that we're not, well, you know, drinking dirt. So that's really handy to have. In the past, I had all my tea stuff in a tote, and you'd have to dig through the tote and dig through all this stuff to get to your tea, and that was just a pain in the butt. So it's nice to have it a little closer. Over here, we've got these, one thing that I requested with my Canopy, we've got these 3 12-volt power ports here. So these are really handy to have, draws straight from the truck battery. So with that Jackery power bank I showed you up front, I can have this in the back secured, plug into there and have that charging while we drive. Down here, it's a little obstructed by our mattress here, but we've got another box down here just with some extra stuff. That's just a wooden box that I made. I'm definitely no carpenter, but it's just got an extension cord, some tools. Like I said, little obstructed by the mattress here, but it's easy to access when you're outside of the truck. And then moving over here, you can see we got more reflectix on some of these windows. We got these blackout curtains as well on the side windows, which can actually be slid open. Rita will talk to you more about those. Those are excellent, both for light control and for keeping some of the cold out. So then down here, I've got my box. I usually, I like sleeping on this side, the driver's side. So down here, I've got this box here. I've got a little kind of accordion pouch. So there's some books down there, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant. I've got some like headache, like Tylenol, Advil down there, and then toilet paper in case of, well, you know, emergencies. So that's really convenient, having that box there, just being able to reach stuff, because nothing's worse than if you wake up in the middle of the night with a headache or something and you're just feeling like absolute garbage and you have to go digging around for something or go on a treasure hunt to find it. So yeah, that's about all I wanted to share for the sleep space. I'm sure we'll share some other things as well too. I guess one other feature I can share with you before I pass you over to Rita is we have this feature, LED light. This thing is absolutely blinding at night, but it lights up the rig pretty good. And with all the reflectix and the curtains and everything that we have, I've stood outside of it at night while Rita's been back here working, and it's really amazing because that bright light can be on, and unless you have your face like sandwiched up against the window, you can't tell there's any light coming out. So for stealth camping purposes, that's really amazing. But anyways, I'm gonna pass you off to Rita and she'll go over some of the stuff with the curtains and the Velcro straps.
Welcome to our sleeping bed. We've got a couple layers here to make sure that we stay comfy and warm. The first is a chunk of foam used for display mattresses that we got nice and cheap, and a plain old sheet. We have a double sleeping bag from Canadian Tire, so two of us can fit in here to make sure that we are staying warm. We have an electric blanket that Dustin got for me a couple years ago, Sunbeam brand. We can plug it into our Jackery and get some extra heat going when we first hop in here and it's still really cold. And then from the thrift store, we have a California King giant fleece blanket. I love this thing. You can tuck yourself in, you can tuck all of yourself in, and you'll stay nice and toasty and you're not going to touch anything cold. Back here for our pillow situation, to make sure that we don't clunk our heads off of the back, there's a body pillow that we're using as a headboard, so that even no matter how much you move around, you're not banging your head off the window in the back. And then thrifted some regular old couch cushions. You can sit up and keep your back supported if you're just hanging out back here. And some regular old pillows for when you're gonna call it a night. Moving on to the curtains. So I wanted to make sure that we had blackout curtains as opposed to something that would just let all the light stab you in the eye right in the morning. So we got proper blackout curtains, super thick material. I cut them to size for the window to make sure that they don't hang too low. And then I attached the backing of a Velcro strip to the top corner. And then, this was the fun part, the other half of the Velcro is sewn directly to the upholstery. So I used a curved needle to sew it right on because the adhesive wasn't strong enough to stick to the carpeted material. This way, no matter how you're pulling at the curtain, the Velcro stays there and it doesn't pop off on its own. And you essentially have curtains that you can pick up and move however that you'd like. I hemmed them to length so that they cover the bottom of the window. No light can sneak through, but you also don't need to flounder around with too much fabric to get to any of the boxes of supplies down here. I'm hoping in the future to add some more Velcro strips to maybe have some more storage space up here for light stuff like, I don't know, a bottle of painkillers or a place to keep your glasses, stuff like that.
Okay, well, thank you very much for checking out our basic introductory video to our rig. We hope you enjoyed it, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and we look forward to having you join us on some more Iwouldcampthat adventures.
We would appreciate any feedback, and we'd love to hear any of your thoughts. Thanks for watching.
Bye.